Hello, I'm Erica Byram, Assistant Vice President of Social Media here at Apartments.com and co-author of Utility for Real Estate. I've been practicing social media for the last 15 years for business, and I've always been a huge advocate for social media. But the role that social media is playing right now has never been bigger. In fact, I was reading an article the other day, and Facebook had just announced that both Facebook and Instagram, they've seen a 40% increase in usage due to COVID-19. And views on both Instagram Live and Facebook Live have doubled in 1 week. And I know it can feel overwhelming with what you guys should be sharing on social media right now, but it's not the season to stop communicating on social media. Your residents and prospects, they're spending more time online now than they have ever before. So I think that this presents you guys with a very unique opportunity to deepen your relationship with your audience and increase that brand affinity. And I have put together 7 tips for social media so that you guys can think through what your upcoming social content strategy might look like as we head into additional weeks of this. Now, the first tip I recommend is cleaning up all of your social media accounts. It's a really good time for spring cleaning, making sure that all of your channels are current, up to date. You've got your most updated office hours, any closures listed, making sure that you guys have the correct phone number on your accounts and that your web address is listed. The second tip I have is to communicate transparently and frequently. I think right now with social media, ignoring COVID-19 altogether can really come across inauthentic or even tone deaf. So being transparent and just stating facts. I recommend personally communicating daily, weekly, or as available to address what the property's COVID-19 response is and any protocols that you guys have in place. And it's okay to include links to FAQs or to authorities and external organizations like the CDC and the WHO, just to make sure that all facts are being stated. So some examples of other timely topics and updates that you might want to provide would be any office closures or impacts that you guys are seeing at the property level, any amenity space closures or adjustments and guidelines you're making, resident events, how those are being impacted, or maybe some new virtual events that you're bringing, how to handle rents, renewals, any other form of payments, how you're handling packages right now and maintenance requests. And then also make sure you're taking the time to thank your on-site teams. They're on the front lines. Let them know how important they are. The third tip I have is to be empathetic. COVID-19, this is affecting everyone around the world, but in very different ways. Some of your residents may have just lost their jobs, or they're caring for a loved one, they're trying to work from their apartment with a toddler, or they might be sick themselves. So it's important to be sensitive with any language that we're using in social media and in marketing in general. So I recommend before you post anything, just tweak that copy slightly to be more empathetic in both your copy and in your creative. Tip 4 is to consider live streaming. I mentioned this before, but Facebook Live and Instagram Live, these views have doubled in a week's time. So live streaming is a great opportunity to make any important announcements, your hyper timely updates, or creatively engage with your residents. I also recommend using FaceTime to host any sort of virtual open houses that you guys might have. I'm seeing this across the board in both multifamily and real estate right now. The 5th tip is to leverage your Apartments.com listing for virtual tours and 3D Matterports. So making sure that you're sharing your listing links out. This is a great opportunity for prospects to see virtual tours, your 3D Matterports. They've got access to floor plans, resident reviews. They can get neighborhood information, all of that nearby transit data, points of information. All of that good stuff is going to be listed on the listing. Tip 6 is to use social listening tools. Many of us in the industry have access to social listening tools, and it's a really important time to use them to really understand the sentiment, different conversations happening about your brand, both in social media and on online reviews, and possibly even in just news in general. Tip 7 is to respond to your reviews. I think now is a great time to respond to any reviews that you guys have been too busy to tackle. You can also encourage your residents to leave new reviews on your Apartments.com listing or even Facebook and Yelp, and then you can share those positive ones in your social stream. But just a heads up, Google did announce that they've temporarily disabled all new reviews, any review replies, and their Google Q&A feature until further notice. So you're going to want to make sure that you're just directing your residents to the other sources that are available right now. So I know there's a lot going on right now. Don't be too hard on yourself with social media marketing. I did just want to jump on and provide a couple of these tips for you guys. I hope they were useful. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions on how to pivot your social media strategy or how to handle any escalated issue coming in, feel free to reach out to me or contact your Apartments.com team. Thanks, guys.